Well, hello, everybody. This is Commander Samuel Patterson Jr. with 175 Black veterans with honorable discharges fighting for their benefits and reparations, along with whatever else is going on in the nation. Want to send a shout out to our international soccer team, Madame Georgina Jabora Osei, who's the CEO of our soccer team. She's over our nonprofit over in Ghana, West Africa. She works with local politicians and chiefs, and she keeps our boys fit who want to come to America to play a championship game so that the Black youth in America can afford to go to Local 3 out here, because we Black veterans believe in doing manly work. Driving trucks, longshoremen, warehousemen, forklift, palletizing, man work. God gave us these muscles to work, and that's what we Black veterans are proud of doing, so we can take care of our family from state to state, nation to nation, because of the skill. I want to talk to you today about reparations. I've been ill, and everybody's been waiting for me to come back to get back on board. Our real estate agent, our individuals who's going to help set up our conference with the African banks here in America. You'll be able to come and have a business plan and talk about investments at this particular time. But right now, I'm going to talk about how this president is still trying to send your precious commodity to school. It's all an economic thing, so that the buses can make money by getting the gas to haul the children around. Children got to buy books and computers, laptops, shoes, underwear, things of that nature. It's all about a money thing. But it's not worth sending your child to school. Okay? It's not worth sending your child to school just for their little glory. We need to be talking about reparations. Don't have these individuals take your mind off. I had this gavel for all the meetings that I conducted with the Black veterans when we were housed up in the War Memorial over here in San Francisco. But I got it from Vicki Dillard. Okay, so don't be having your kids run around here going to school with the chance of dying since they ain't got no plan. It's bad parenting to sit up and listen to this white man try to kill your children with no backup plan and sit them out there with the virus. God is here to take care of these people for all the wrong they've done all these 500 years. Their time is up. Okay? So don't be sending your child out there. You don't know what this child may be. They've already ruined the education system in America, lying to us about those casinos. They're supposed to be educating our children. How can you do that when you take out all the trades and things of that nature out of school? College is not for everybody. It's not for everybody. People can make a good living with their hands. Okay? What we need to continue to talk about is reparations. Out there when our people are demonstrating, we don't need no white people out there with us who are FBI, CIA plants, starting all this ruckus, burning and shooting and carrying on. No, we don't need all that. We need they white asses in the Congress and the Senate talking about reparations for us. That's where you can do the good. We have to work with Dr. Claude Anderson and get away from this Constitution. Conduct our own Constitution with Dr. Claude Anderson, who's also fighting for reparations. Reparations is not just for the Africans in America. We got the brothers in London and Spain. Don't forget about your brothers and sisters over in Haiti, who's had a hard time just like us, that deserve reparations as well for being stolen from Africa and brought here under forced labor. 500 years of free labor, building roads and buildings for free. We have to start working with our own people. Now, I've been to Africa 9 times as the CEO representative from Oakland, California, and went there. Our brothers and sisters are going to work with us. I will be showing videotape of that when I get with my technician. I'm just getting back on my feet so that you can see that our people in Africa want to work with us, and we have banks that will work with us for housing, education, and investments. We got the Eco Bank, Capital Bank, and that's in Ghana. We have the governor of the African Bank, the governors of the African banks. Okay, we have the African Import-Export Bank and the African Development Bank, which was okay for us Africans to use up under, in 2000 is when the Congress passed the African Growth and Development Act. The African Growth and Development Act. I was very instrumental of working with the people on top up in there. We had all type of offices open up until 9/11. After 9/11, they shut everything down, but we still continue communication with our brothers and sisters in Africa. Shout out to our coach, our international coach, to keep our boys fit over there. Not only will they be learning a skill, the brothers in America working with Local 3, learning a skill, driving trucks, big machinery, cranes, but the international program would allow our soccer team members who want to go in that direction to get that engineer skill to do the same. They also have an opportunity to open up a small business. That's what we're promoting, okay? A small business. So what we want to do is continue to move forward as God continue to knock out these people with this virus, and I hope you're not listening to what they're talking about, because it's no good for you. Our mission is to get out the box, get out the box, get out the box. Can't be running back to these white folks. All the jobs you lost, now it's time for you to turn to your own people and inquire a loan to get products from West Africa, 15 nations. Never get tired of their products, that it'll be a different design. 15 nations to have a great supply from. And this program that I'm up with is about individuals who are doing something. We are interacting with Africa, okay? We got off our bus, got on a plane, and went over there and checked it out. There's great investments, cocoa, oil, diamonds, okay? There's all type of furniture, 5 types of wood. It's fantastic, okay? So we're going to be able to talk about getting off into import-export trading with our own people. The money look like us. The credit cards look like us. I wanted to state that all these podcast programs and things are just talking. Talk. We know what the problem is, and it's always good to know our history of what we're going through. But if you're not going to make a move to do something about it, you might as well shut your mouth. This is why we're saying we're trying to get out the box. Get our own constitution like the Indians. Police our own neighborhoods. You see what I'm saying? Police our own neighborhoods and get away from America and this rotten constitution. This rotten ass constitution that we're up on. It's not working for us. Everybody else get to ride. The 13th, the 14th, and 15th Amendment was designed for us coming out of slavery. We did not get to utilize that. Where are our small businesses at? And that would be okay if they would give us the loans to get the damn businesses. This is why we got to work with our own people who got banks, who want to work with us. All these talk shows, podcast programs, all the brothers and sisters doing the talking. They're not talking about making a move. Most of them want to go back to massa so they can get that little check. But we black veterans, and the people who are following us, we're looking for wealth, not income. We're looking for wealth to take care of our children down the road and take care of us. And the only way we can be able to do that is work with Africa. Okay? I know this is a new thing for a lot of you because you never thought about Africa in that caliber. But look at West Africa. Put it up on your computer. Look at the beautiful cities. Just look at the beautiful cities. Great hotels when you want to visit. And we'll be getting off into that tourism when God get through punishing these white people with this virus. Okay? Get through with them. Now we want to talk about reparations and why we deserve reparations. We have the Punch Bowl in Mississippi. It was a concentration for blacks. And the U.S. military forced free blacks after slavery to do labor without pay and would not let them leave. And they all died in the Punch Bowl, 20,000. That's one reason why we need our reparations. Like I said before, the brothers and sisters around the world, whether they stole us and took us, is all fighting for reparations. And we need to be on that page with them. We don't need to listen to what white people are talking about this election coming up. Because if you're not talking about reparations and after the election go cut the check, then we don't need to vote for you. For what? We need to make sure you resign. And that goes for Trump and Biden. Biden put more people in jail that look like me and you than we can remember. And his vice presidential pick did the same damn thing. She was locking us up like it was going out of style. Okay? Like it was going out of style. Now, a lot of whites were given reparations after the Civil War because of the slaves they lost. Even before the end of the Civil War, Lincoln negotiated with a lot of slave owners. If you don't leave the Union, we'll pay you reparations for the slaves that you're losing. They came over and stole us and brought us over here. That's why we do reparations. Another reason. We want to work with Dr. Claude Anderson. That's www.powernomics.com. www.powernomics.com. His books are flying off the shelf. A lot of black people didn't know they were black. They didn't know they was African and what they had coming. They thought if they stay in the box over here with this integration game, that they'll be okay. And some of them will be because all they want is income. Okay? 1866, the Civil Rights Act, it was the 14th Amendment. We weren't allowed to enjoy that because of the Supreme Court, shot down the act. Never got a chance to enjoy it. After slavery, they made a law. Anybody congregating around that's black going to be a vagrant, and they're going to put them in jail. So they made us go back to the slave master's house and negotiate with him to work his land, which was brought up as sharecropping, and deciding at the end of the harvest how much money you was going to get. So they returned us back to slavery, okay, by passing this law. This is the black codes. We're up under the black codes now. We're up under the black codes now. That's why they're not trying to put none of these white people in jail for killing us, okay, lynching us. They're not trying to do that. That's why we got to get out the box. Get out of it. Work with our own people. The Chinese are doing it. I bet you won't go down to Chinatown and tell them, oh, you need to have some black employees up in here. Bet you don't go down and tell them that. White folks got their own shot of employment for their own. The Mexicans had the NAFTA Act, doing very well. We have to get out the box and work with our own people. Okay? That's the deal. That's what we're doing. I have a company that's registered in America and registered in Ghana. Okay? We're just waiting for this pandemic to get through. We have our paperwork for Ghana. So our numbers for the business and the nonprofit. So we're letting you know we're working with our people. Just as soon as God get through working with this virus on these wicked people in America and the rest of the world, we'll be continue on our path of making this a reality. Okay, making it a reality. So we want to let you know that reparations is due to us. Also, you had the Rosewood incident in which reparations were paid. I want to remind you that I, 1994, filed reparations against this country. I lost it in San Francisco. You can look it up in the court system. We lost it because we put our faith in some fake ass black attorneys that's supposed to be civil rights attorneys. But they didn't know what they was talking about. Okay? All they was talking about was getting hit up with sanctions. Hell, my brothers and I who filed the suit, we could have went on against the sanction. We ain't had no money for them to take, but we would have fought them tooth and nail. Now reparations are back on the table. You must understand, do not give up your vote. Give up that vote unless reparations is on the table. Why are you going to go out and vote for everything they want? Sending your kids to school for them to knock them off. You don't know what this child might grow up to be. Okay? Sitting up in here trying to run back to master. Well, master, I guess you're right. I guess you're right as you know. Instead of looking at the alternative of getting out the box and working with your own people. On the African Growth and Development Act that was passed by Congress in 2000. How I know these things, I'm up there with them. I'm fighting for economic empowerment. Okay, I'm right up there with them. You know, and watch after 9/11 doused a lot of dreams, a lot of blacks who were on the game. They really weren't Africans. It didn't come fast enough, and they didn't want to work for it. But the rest of us continue to work for it. That's why we have an international soccer team, 28 players. We have funded them, and we're just waiting for them to be able to get back on the field after God get through with punishing these wicked individuals in America and all over the world. Once again, I want to talk about all over the world with reparations. Spain, France, London. Over in London right now, they're talking about giving the Africans a reparations. That's who we need to form a bond with. Our brothers and sisters that was taken from Africa and sent to these countries that colonized and made a gang of wealth, you know, off of it. This is our beautiful CEO. that's running everything in Africa. Meeting with the mayors. We have before the pandemic came, we was having a luncheon to see what boys wanted small business, what boys wanted to get off into be an engineer for the international program. Okay. Here I'm telling you again. It's an old picture. But that's me fighting for reparations. Okay. There's a lot of white people talking about reparations, which we should never let them talk about reparations for us. But they're talking about just studying. Even out here in California, the Assembly passed a bill for reparations, just to study. We already had HR 40, been up there for about 17 years. We don't need no more studying. You see what I'm saying? We don't need no more studying. We need to have them cut the check. That's what you can do, cut the check. Now, people say, well, if you don't vote for Trump or you don't vote for Biden, we ain't got no other way. Yes, no other way out of this. Economically, you do. Work with your own people. Work with Africa. Work with Africa. She's got the banks that want to talk to you and work with you. But you see, but a lot of these people that's on these podcasts, they're just talking and talking and talking. They don't want to make that move. You gotta make the move. Invite these banks from Africa at the table. Okay? Invite them here for a conference. Get you a passport. Stick it in your town 30, 40 years, don't know nothing else. Get off your ass. Get you a passport. Go talk to your brothers and sisters over there. A lot of them are your cousins. They got money and wealth. Sitting over here broke, waiting for white folks to come up with a new McDonald's or a new structure so they can employ you. Going to college, working in fields that you didn't graduate in, and all that type of funny business, because you're still stuck in a box. If you could make the white people some money by your labor, you should be intelligent enough to open up your own business, working with your own people, where you have plenty supplies. We want to talk about the inventions while reparations is due. The shoe machine will revolutionize the world. Okay? Granulated sugar will revolutionize the world in product. The stoplight, it revolutionized the world. But you stole it and you didn't pay us for it. That's why reparations is due. All the lynchings and hangings, all the murders today that's going down today, reparations is due. Reparations is due for the fact of all the raping, forcing us to do this and forcing us to do that. Okay? Reparations due. Now, I'm working with a supervisor, Mr. Watson, out here in California, in San Francisco. He's the 10th district supervisor on reparations. We also have Robin Williams in Kansas City, Missouri, and we have a soldier up in St. Louis, Miss Susie Parker, St. Louis, Missouri, is also working on reparations. You need to go to Dr. Claude Anderson's page and sign up for reparations. Sign up for reparations, because the individuals who are going to be moving with Dr. Watson will be able to talk about getting some land, property, and the way he has this reparation plan set out for payment. You really need to look at it and view it. You'll come to the same conclusion like I did, and saying that's a pretty good deal with the free education and land and things of that nature. But even while we're waiting for Dr. Claude Anderson, we can work with Africa and work with her banks to talk about housing, to talk about small businesses, okay? Talk about tourism and jobs, create our own jobs, working with Africa. And I've been there 9 times, like I said, and talked to the presidents. Just as soon as I get back on my feet, I'm going to be able to have our technician, Mr. Eddie Langford, fix all the uploading that needs to be done so we can show you different parts of Africa and different parts of investments that you can definitely make some money out of with your American dollars. We're about to buy some more property because their democratic system is like ours, the Republican and the Democrats. So we're looking at some foreclosures over there so we can be able to house our youth and also have our own like hotel when we go visit there to have meetings and plan out strategy about more economic empowerment. Okay. Now, reparations is due because of the Tuskegee study of unrelated syphilis on black males at Tuskegee in 1932. And it didn't end in 1972. This is why reparations is due, using us as guinea pigs. This is why reparations is due. Never gave those black men the cure, and they had black doctors and nurses assisting them. You gotta watch your own people, these biscuit eaters, like Vicky Dillon will tell you. We have to make sure that we do not lead the rest of our brothers and sisters out of reparations. Like I said, the Bank of London is talking about giving those brothers reparations, and let me reiterate, we must hook up with them. We must hook up with them, have solidarity with them. Okay? Reparations is not just for the Africans that was mistreated here in America. Wherever they took us, when they stole us, we've been mistreated. Okay? So in 1921, the Black Wall Street Massacre of Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's another reason why we do reparations. Stopping us from economic empowerment. Stopping us from making money. Wasn't nobody bothering y'all, and we didn't need integration at that time. We weren't integrated. We was making our own money, just like they do in Africa. Just like they do in Africa. Just like they do in the Chinese community. Just like they do in the Mexican community. Okay? Their community, okay? We want to talk about the black labor, white wealth. Dr. Claude Anderson put it. Claude Anderson put it. Okay? Black labor, white wealth. It's our labor that's keeping things running. You know, they try to punish us by keeping us poor like they always do, but not handing out their little $1,200 stimulus check. So damn what? We talking about reparations. Not talking about no damn stimulus check to help your economy because your Wall Street is in the dump. We talking about reparations for us. We don't want to listen about anything else. Talking about white people's problems or how they see things. We've done enough of that for us real Africans. You know, like I said, I will have different guest speakers on this show that's been fighting this racism for as long as I have been in the Bay Area of California. Okay. Yeah. So we had a lot of brothers and sisters that died in them boats coming over here. That's why reparations is due. Reparations is nothing but economic empowerment. Okay. They paid everybody else reparations because why? They had their own constitution and they had their own hookup. We got to get out of the box with the integration thing and come on and start working with our people. And the ones that don't, well, fine. We know how you're going to end up. Okay, we know exactly how you're going to end up. Now, we want to switch gears and start talking about the Black veterans. For you veterans out there that's listening, I hope you've got your certificate of eligibility. You can go to the federal building and go get it. Your Social Security card or your DD-214 form, and you'll be able to get that. That certificate of eligibility, someone you can do that who's gainfully employed. Okay? Some of y'all be able to do that. But we want to talk about the racism. We want to talk about the racism that the VA, excuse me just a minute. Have my paperwork together now, okay? We want to talk about the racism of the VA is making sure that the Black veterans don't get their benefits by their racism and hold it up. Now, you have to understand that they're not giving the Black veteran anything. Every month when the veteran served, they took out money for his pension. That money is for if a veteran cannot work. You're not supposed to be homeless. You're not supposed to be homeless. You put into a pension. And once you go to a homeless shelter, get a counselor, it'll turn the switch on for your money that you already had put away while you were serving, okay? Then you can be able to get your apartment, even if you're not working, get you an apartment and start getting your life together. You can file for service-connected or non-service connected benefits, Black veteran. If you got injured and hurt after you got released from the military, that's called non-service connected. You can get those funds, but you got to have medical records to back it up. If you're going through PTSD, not getting along with your family, you're not able to work, you can file for PTSD and file for your benefits, okay? We're fighting for a lot of the Black women who are VA survivors. Their husband passed away, and the VA doesn't want to transfer that house loan and that small business loan over to them. Okay? Over to them. I want to say for the veterans out here in California, if you look on the computer, you can see Treasure Island is building a whole bunch of condominiums. Veterans, you have first shot. You have to contact the DAHLIA, I think that's Dahlia program, in the mayor's office in San Francisco, okay? And tell them you want to sign up for the housing for veterans out here on Treasure Island. And you get first priority, get first pick, okay? Now, we have a real estate agent. We have lenders and a way to repair your credit, veteran, so you can be able to come home and buy you some property. A lot of Black veterans are very, 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 very nice individuals. They want to be able to purchase income property. where they stay rent free, okay, but rent out the other units to low income individuals. Thought it was very nice of the Black veteran. By us not being able to get our benefits, we're leaving a hole in our community because of the right to buy income property, single family dwellings, and open up small businesses. This is why we all pissed off at Obama, because he didn't do anything up under the 13th, the 14th, and 15th Amendment to make sure that when a Black veteran filed for a small business loan, we got it. We had no backup from him. None whatsoever. The gay rights people got their bill passed. We had no rights from him. And 13th, the 14th, and 15th Amendment is already in place. He did nothing for the Black veteran to be able to get their home loans, small businesses, and things of that nature, okay? My father was in the military, he didn't get his benefits. I wasn't as educated then as I am now about benefits, because I'd have told my father. He's a hard-working man. But he didn't know he had those benefits available to him. And the government was not educating the Black veteran. Like I told you before, when they came up with the benefits for veterans in 1945, when they came up with the benefits, 5 million Black veterans didn't get their benefits. You know what I'm saying? This is why we got to get out the box. This is why we have to make sure we work with Dr. Claude Anderson and get our own constitution. Come up out of the box. Come up out of that. Stop listening to what they're talking about. Trying to send our kids to school to murder them. Trying to sit up in here and keep us from getting loans. Trying to keep us economically poor. Trying to make sure we're always working for them. We need to get to work with our own people. You need to get you a passport. Get you a passport and go to Africa after God gets through taking care of these white folks with this virus. Go to Africa. Your cousins are over there, but you'll be seeing the great community of entrepreneurs. That's what I loved when I was over there. Black man driving a train. Black man flying a plane. And the culture, our own culture, how it's dictated. Now, our people want to work with us. And I was so happy to find that out, because so many lies have been told on them. And the 9 years I spent over there, not continuous 9 years, but every year for 9 years, I spent 4 to 5 months in Ghana, Nigeria, Togo, Sierra Leone, and Liberia, talking to our brothers and sisters and videotaping what was said. Okay? The Black veterans, we have been putting on workshops for at least 6 years. But the American Legions, who was a very racist organization, when they started, they even left Black veterans out of it. It's trying to give us trouble about not supporting us filing for our benefits, not helping us file for our benefits. If you lose the benefits, not helping us appeal. This is why we Black veterans, and now since I'm back, we're meeting to talk about going to Congress to make sure we have the same Black Legion like the white people do, who's going to represent us to file for our benefits. Like I told you before, veteran, that money you put into every time you made a paycheck. And with an honorable discharge, you got that coming. You got that coming. So main thing is trying to talk about service connected. That's $3,000 a month. 100%. That's when you got hurt while you were in the military, or you got hurt in the military and it lingered on after you got discharged. Then you got non-service connected. You got discharged, but you got injured. Certain forms up on the Title 38 that you must have. Okay? And you got to have your doctor's report. If something is wrong with you, veteran, take your behind to the VA hospital and get it documented. Get it documented. Because the benefits are for if you cannot work. If you cannot work and you got it documented, you can have a hearing about how much you should be granted. And everybody's shooting for 100%. If you can't work, you need 100%, which is good money to buy you some property, open up a small business. Your home is no money down. You got credit repair classes that we work with at this particular time, U.S. Bank, to make sure that at least in about 17 months, 15 months, your credit is straight. You can file for your service-connected or non-service connected benefits vet, and you'll be able to purchase your home. And you won't have to be sitting up there with family and nobody else, but you're carrying your own weight. Okay? Like I said, we got our own realtor to help you stay on that path, straight and narrow. Anything that's on your credit report, we will challenge it to make sure it gets wiped up out of there, and so it can give you a clear path to purchase a home. All right. Every city has a place called SCORE. SCORE is where if you want to open up a small business vet, that you can go to SCORE in any city and have them help you prepare your business plan. Now, what we have been doing was giving workshops so that you can put your business plan together and then take it to SCORE, where you'll be assigned a counselor, and you'll be able to get your business plan on the way and turn it into fruition. But we didn't get that type of love. Obama didn't help us. Help other groups. But when it came to the black veteran going and getting this money and open a small business, no. This is why I'm saying we're being robbed. This is why reparations are due. We're being robbed. You won't let us have any type of economic empowerment. This is why we must get out the box. Get our asses out the box and come on over and work with our people. This program is going to show you all of what Africa is got going on. And you can look on your computer and see the beautiful cities over there. Like I'm telling you, okay? So much racism in the armed forces. A lot of black veterans were lucky to get an honorable discharge. But now, since we have it, they try to make sure we can't use it properly. Okay? All right? Reparations also due because of Port Chicago out in California. Had the black soldier unloading ammunition, and it wasn't safe. And it blew, a lot of the ships blew up, killing a lot of the black veterans. Okay? They didn't put the white soldiers to do that. Put the black soldier whose life was in danger. And didn't want to correct it. That's why reparations is due. 5 million black veterans, again, let me reiterate, did not get their benefits, which could have helped their children. A lot of you black women out there talking about, oh, the black man, he didn't do this, and so he wasn't allowed to get his benefits. He wasn't allowed to get his benefits, or her. This is why the economic hole is left in our community. With purchasing income property, single family dwellings, open up small businesses, because we're in the box. We need to work with Dr. Claude Anderson, get our own constitution, police our own neighborhoods, work with him, look at what he's got going on. Like I told you, his books are flying off the shelf. Flying off the shelf. This virus is here, people, to set you free. You can continue to run back to Whitey, run on back to his little jobs that has nothing but income coming to you. Income coming to you. And you see how God has shut everything down. Nation to nation is shut down. Okay? They're hurting right now. But we ain't got to hurt. Reparations, you're not talking about that. Work with our own people in Africa, the Echo Bank, the Nigerian Bank, the African Development Bank, the African Import-Export Bank. You heard me? You can invest your money in cell phone. That's where they're getting all the equipment for the cell phone in Africa. You got cocoa, you got rubber, you got oil that you can take your American dollars and invest in it. You can invest in it. Okay? You can invest in it. We're so tired of the American legions treating the black man like he ain't nothing or she ain't nothing for serving with an honorable discharge. We, like I showed you before, when we were in the American legions, we were keeping black veterans on target of opening up their own businesses, keeping them on target by purchasing income property, keeping them on target. That's why they gave us this plaque, because of the fact we had a good enrollment. Another one. Very, very upset because we was keeping a high enrollment and was talking about making sure we cashed in our certificates of eligibility so we can enhance our community. It's another one. They tried all their tricks, shutting us down. Every bank in America has a Community Investment Act. Every bank, which means they must put back into the community by federal law. If you have a nonprofit, you can submit an application for funding from these banks. But as we continue, the black veteran was on target for buying homes, single-family dwellings, open up small businesses without certificates, or income property. The banks start shutting down. This is why we must work with Africa and bring African banks here who want to work with us. You hear me? Want to work with us. Now, a lot of our people got their money in Citibank, Bank of America, Wells Fargo. They're not giving us any love. We bring our own banks at our conference, and I hope a lot of you will come to the conference who are talking about economic empowerment instead of going back being a slave, working for these low wages in America. Working for these low wages in America. We got to get out the box. Biden's not going to save us unless he's talking about reparations. If he's not talking about reparations and having a check ready, once the election is over, then you don't need to vote for him. You know Trump's not going to. You know Trump's not going to. He's not going to make sure that reparations is on the table. Okay? You don't want to talk about reparations. And then the rest of the nation want to talk about a study. Study what? Cut the check. The alternative is getting out of the box, working with West Africa, working with her banks up under the African Growth and Development Act passed by Congress in 2000. That's the ticket out of here. Economically, okay? That's the ticket economically out of here. So we can work with our brothers and sisters over there. All right? We can work with our brothers and sisters over there. We Black veterans, because we're going to be getting billboards and my technician is going to be on board and we'll put this thing together because we've been doing this for 20 years out here as far as making sure jobs were in our community, our youth were taken care of, that we went down to Sacramento, our capital, in busloads to demand our rights. And our crew always get what's coming to them because the squeaky wheel always get the grease. And that's what our mentors taught us out here in the Bay Area, okay? That's exactly what they taught us. So what we want to talk about is reparations, 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 reparations. When they talk about the other type of trash going on, CNN and news, whatever that's going on, because the virus is taking care of this for us, okay? The virus is taking care of them for us. Your Wall Street is falling, America. You're about to fall off your high horse. About to fall off your high horse. Main thing is reparations, reparations, reparations. If you can't see that, your alternative is to get out the box and work with West Africa. Well, South Africa too. But I haven't had a chance to get down and talk to them brothers and sisters down there, and all the regions is down up in there because of the great products that they can be able to sell you, where you can open up your own business. I love when I was over there in Africa and seeing our people work with one another. The culture was fantastic. The children were very manable, okay? And it's our culture. It's our culture. Like I can show you some of the cloth. All that represents something. So isn't it great that you can learn what this represents because you're an African and it pertains to you? No, more education. More education, okay? Black veteran, going back to you. You must take this time to get your certificate of eligibility. That's your home loan. You must go get that. And this podcast will teach you how to purchase income property, repair your credit, challenge what's on your credit report, and make sure that you open up a small business if that's what you desire. And we plan on making it happen by bringing our banks from Africa to talk to us about a trade agreement and how we can work with one another. Okay, how we can work with one another. So yes, like I said, let me say that again for the veterans that stay in the Bay Area. The program Dahlia, DAHLIA, and the mayor's office in San Francisco. It's on Van Ness and Market, above the Bank of America building on the 5th floor. You can go up there if you're a veteran from the Bay Area and want to get a brand new condominium on Treasure Island. They're building them now. Actually, they haven't started putting them up, but they're clearing the land and everything to build them now. You could have first priority because you're a veteran with an honorable discharge, and you have a fantastic view of Oakland and the Bay Area because we stay on Treasure Island. Okay? We stay on Treasure Island. we once again will be getting more veterans to get to be tuned on to this podcast, so we can send a delegation to Washington, D.C. to talk to Congress about having the same rights and the individuals to represent us on our appeals or filing our paperwork for our benefits as the American Legions, the racist American Legions. Okay? They were jealous of the black veterans, me, Commander Patterson, and other veterans who were putting on these workshops to educate the black veterans about what you got coming. Okay? They really didn't like that. We didn't care. All right? We didn't care. It's very important that we be able to have small businesses and communities so we can hire our own, put our youth to work. Okay? Put some other individuals to work by having an opportunity to open up a small business, whether you're going to be with the products in America to sell or coming out the box, working with West Africa, people who look like you, money who look like you, credit card that looks like you, to be able to open up a small business. Like I said, I was very, very impressed with our people and the individuals I talked to who wanted to work with us. But we've been keeping ourselves together from each other, you know, by listening to ignorant reports like Trump calling Africa a shithole, but you got your ass over there making sure you get all the damn resources you can suck up. Okay? Because there's no resources here. And Europe, where they came from, there's not any. That's why we have to talk about unifying with the brothers and sisters around the world to get our reparations. But then we'll still be pushing for working with one another. We'll be pushing for reparations. But if you want to take your time giving it to us, we can work with one another. And I've seen how it works in Africa. I've seen how our people are wonderful. We have a nonprofit there. We got a business there that can hire 300 people in Sekandi Takarati, which is where the port is, and 300 people in America. This is what we're trying to do. This podcast is for individuals who are doing something. All my special guests have been and done something that made a difference about this white racism in America. Okay? We've already been down the road and been tricked long enough. It's time for us to get with our own people and work with them. They got nice products, wonderful products. You know, like I showed you before on a different podcast. But what we will talk about now is reparations, reparations, reparations. We want to talk about nothing else. We don't want to talk about nothing else when it comes to what the Democratic Party or the Republican Party is talking about having you vote for. You need to be talking about that. You talk about reparations for your kids, for you, for yourself. How we've been mistreated in this country. How we've been stopped from economic growth. So I'm telling you about the black veterans. We got certificates, they won't let us spend them. Or they let a couple get through the cracks. But they're not trying to make sure we spend our certificate of eligibility. We got to be men instead of it. Get our committee together, go to Washington, D.C. and demand that we have the same representation that the white veterans got from the American Legions. Okay? Same rights. Take care of our families. The alternative, like I keep telling you, is working with Africa. You got a lot of our own people, biscuit eaters. Oh, they don't get no reparation. That's because you don't want it. You don't know about your people. You don't know who you are. That's exactly why we ain't gonna never get it. All you want to do is go back to massa working for a low paycheck. Low paycheck make you happy. Okay? Make you happy. I'm glad that our black athletes are starting to say something. They come from the same neighborhoods that we do. Because they're making money, because you're making money. And now you're going to say something because you don't have wealth. All you got is income. They have to pay you your check. Should be. They got to pay you your check. You need to say something. Killing us all over America. This ain't the first time at the rodeo. The federal government has never protected us. When you have a march, the Ku Klux Klan always have police officers escorting them down the street, protecting them, not us. And let me reiterate, like I said, we don't need no white people marching with us. We need your asses in Congress and in the Senate demanding reparations. That's what we need you. We don't need all these other groups out here marching with us. They got their own agenda. Or we was going to join them because we need to get our agenda on the forefront. This is not for you. All you individuals out there with the podcast program, you need to just stop talking and help move out the box. Get out the box. Don't run back to massa. You want to run back to massa. Oh, I guess you were right again. Go back for them low-paying jobs. Instead of getting your freedom as virus and making sure you're going to get your freedom. So you can talk to the people that look like you. The money that look like you. Credit cards that look like you. And utilize your American money to what? Get good investments. Next time I come on, we'll be talking to SPOA, Mr. Priestley, who has a wonderful program for 40 years for individuals who want to be good security guards and make some money. Even individuals who were incarcerated came out, got a good job, and the goal for his program is to make sure they join the credit union and purchase them a home. It's a wonderful program. So Commander Samuel Patterson Jr., live from Treasure Island, San Francisco, California, is signing off. And I'll talk to you later.